it in the north side. Looking for a vibe on the Friday night shit. Ain't that right? Me and both my niggas kick it in the north side.
All right, what's up, guys? You are now rocking with the Kontent Kingz. You are sitting with royalty. This is episode 4 for us, right?
5.
Episode 5.
Sorry, some of us can't count, but
we in the game. Episode
cool.
5. Again, thanks for support.
Shout out Tom Brady.
Shout out Kobe. 5 rings. My name is Drew.
R.I.P. Kobe.
It's your boy Carson.
It's Khalil.
Kyler.
And this is Germ.
Shadow
Okay.
Man Germ.
We got a good episode for you guys today. The vaccine just came out for COVID-19. So what do we think about that? Or how are we feeling about it?
I think it's an important milestone. You know, I think it'll be a while before we really see how quickly it's distributed and if there's any. Good.
Germ was going like this. That's why. He's going like this, and he's trying to tell you to put the mic in your face. So
Oh, got you.
I figured
I was so confused.
that noise would help you out a little
I'm
bit.
like, bruh.
Also, I thought it'd make for good content.
Wow. I was like, are these niggas just messing with me? Like, did I miss something?
I also thought it'd make for good content. So, you know, because look, think of it this way.
I felt the silence. I was like,
Think of it this way. This is gonna be a soundbite. You know the stuff that we post on Instagram. This is gonna be one of those things.
We're not cutting that out.
Exactly, we're not. It's gonna be one of those things.
all right. How's this? Bro, I was so lost.
I just thought it'd be hilarious, and that's why I did it. I don't know why that sounded so funny to you guys, but I just figured, you know. I figured it was an attention grabber.
What do you think about?
It's an attention grabber. Anyways, COVID-19.
Man, the vaccine is an important development. I think it's something that we all were kind of hoping would be out sooner than later. I think it's a good thing. I think I'm glad it's here, and we'll see. I can't focus, bro. I can't even get my real thoughts out.
Yeah, so I'll say a little bit. I think it's like you said, it's a positive direction that we're going in. That we at least have something out there to make people feel like there's light at the end of a tunnel.
So it's just for the purpose of making people feel that way? You don't think it's...
No, I think it's the actual thing.
Okay.
But I think like
Just
hope
double-checking.
goes a long way. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, if people are sick even and they don't think they're gonna live, they usually die. But if most people are sick and they think they're gonna live, there's a percentage. Why are you looking at me like that? That's a real thing. That's a real.
It's just Carson's face.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing.
No, yeah.
Positivity goes a long
Yeah.
way, man.
Yeah, because everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
That's a bar.
Oh, did you make that up yourself?
For real, Drew?
Did you make that up yourself?
Come on, man.
That's a Drake. But anyway, man,
I know.
okay. All right. I didn't know if you knew.
Did you know?
I did know.
You're right.
All right.
Whatever.
Hey, let us know if you think Drew actually knew or not.
Whatever. Nah, yeah, but I'm kind of like sad in terms of like the way my work setup is. It's
Oh.
really nice right now.
I was gonna say I thought you were
wanna
sad.
go
Like
back
I'm kind
home?
of sad that there's a vaccine.
I don't want to
now.
do the 9 to 5 like that. I love the.
I still think that
home.
some businesses and stuff are still gonna be changed
Yeah.
like permanently. Like, cause think of it this way too. All these people who've been going on business meetings and whatnot that the businesses have had to pay. Imagine how much money they're saving off doing Zooms instead.
Yeah, I was just about to say a lot of businesses have said they're doing work from home permanently or tentatively.
Not saying that your work specifically.
Because it's
would-
not my
yeah,
work. That's what I'm
why,
saying.
yeah.
My.
But you also are in a field that you need to be out. You can't just be at home.
Exactly.
So I don't know why you're complaining.
Well, whereas right now I have to be home at least half the time, so it's
Half
good
the
for me.
time. So,
But when everything's back to normal, I'm gonna have to be out there all the
but
time.
at least you got the best of both worlds. Most people like me, we don't have that privilege.
But
What privilege is he talking? Like
Germ
having a
said
job?
for those
No,
who
like-
don't know
like
what
being
is
jobless?
Half the time working from home, half the time going in office for how many hours?
Like 4 hours in the
Oh,
office.
no, wait, can you tell the people what
yeah,
you do?
yeah. Can you
I don't
explain?
think they all know.
What you do.
All right, so I'm a case manager down at Skid Row. So I work with homeless people, mentally ill, people who are recovering from drugs, getting their life together into permanent housing.
Would you say love is a drug?
It is,
Okay.
but not that.
Who said
The
that?
love to crack, cocaine. That's their
Wow, that's
or other things. Other
It'd
things.
be like that.
I just saw some dude smoking
it's-
crack yesterday,
It's an actual thing.
like right outside my door.
Well, I don't smoke crack.
Sell it. Hello. Well,
bars on bars today.
Confession. Sounds
Also,
like
if you
confession.
catch us looking directly at the camera, we might be actually looking past it because we got the Laker game going in the background. Shout out to the Lakers.
Facts. The score right now is 75-86 Suns, but it's still game.
Okay, so what do we think life is going to be like post vaccine? Like me personally, I don't see things even getting remotely normal until like 2022, realistically. And even then, it might be that summer.
Yeah, I think this next year is going to be a lot of transition. I think it's going to be, kind of getting back towards certain things, but I think a lot of things will never be the same. Like how we talked about the work from home.
Yeah,
a
2020, nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same. Shout out Drake. But yeah, I mean, I work for an organization where we are essentially a virtual office. I've done that before in the past, and I think a lot of different companies and different fields are going to embrace that. I think same thing for education, right? The distance learning is challenging for a lot of students and families, but I think to the extent that schools and colleges and even higher, post what am I trying to say, like graduate school even, I think they're going to keep a lot of that distance learning in place. So I think those two will be definitely different.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I believe that there will be some change back to, as normal as it can get. But, I mean, there's people who are already paranoid, and, all this going on made them even more paranoid. There's people who weren't, and now they are paranoid type thing. Like, it's a lot of things that are going to be put into place to make sure something like this, or like something like this to the same scale that it has been going on, won't happen again.
Well,
I don't know if I said that correctly, but
there was already people in place, but when
They didn't do it right.
no, I know,
They didn't do
but
it
that's
right.
what I'm saying. Like,
no, they didn't have a chance to do it right. Trump fired him immediately.
well, that, but also I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
with the social distancing and stuff like that, like, I think that'll, like,
That's
the
right,
whole
right,
curbside
right.
pickup and stuff like that, like,
Oh, that's
it's already
definitely
been a
gonna
thing
stay.
for some places, but like, it's gonna be more and more
Yeah.
like integrated. Like, companies are gonna want to spend more money into, like, having these types of things in place
Mm-hmm.
within their company.
One thing I thought about that I think is gonna happen, like clubs when it's New Year's or a different type of
Mm-hmm.
4th of July, like the price goes up by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be like that for the whole first year. That
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
like
of
they
course.
lost a lot of
They gotta
money,
recoup
Of course,
their
of
losses.
course.
and a
of
lot of
course.
people are gonna want to
Yeah.
go out and party. So as soon as things open up, it's gonna be taxed.
That's the thing. I think it'll be a mixture of, like, it might be, next year might be the year of house parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Would
Because
it be
it's
worth
like-
it though?
House parties?
What do you
No, if we get taxed a little more. Because it's not like we look forward
Not
to
for
getting
me.
taxed. When we go to Vegas, like we don't really think about.
Yeah.
Us
Oh,
getting
I don't know
taxed.
about
It's
y'all,
kinda-
but I think about how much I spend in Vegas.
I mean, I think about it, but I know what I'm.
But
getting
you know what
myself
you're getting
You
into.
kind of
Yeah,
factor it into the
yeah.
trip.
I think yes and no. Like, yeah, I mean, we haven't gone out for a long time. People are gonna pay it, but I don't think I'm ready for the prices that they're gonna like going
That's
out to
why.
Long Beach and they say $100 to go to one of the
I don't know
little
where
clubs
you've
in Long
been.
Beach.
I don't
I
even
don't know
know
where
why.
you've been for that.
I
but-
don't
But that's
think-
but that's what I'm saying is everyone's gonna get taxed up more. I'm not saying
No,
that's how
right,
it is
right.
now, but like
Yeah.
imagine that someone trying to charge you $100 for going to a club in Long Beach.
Yeah,
Hell no.
but that's like a
going home.
78% surge.
I think it's gonna be a huge.
I don't think it'll be that
a
much.
huge.
I think it'll no, because they
$100
gotta
in
do
Long Beach?
they gotta do what they gotta do to draw people in. Personally, I don't think it's as many people willing to go out like that. Because think of it this way, it's a lot of people who would have house parties who might not necessarily be able to just because of the way things are right now. Like, it's ordinances, I guess, that are in
Mhm.
place telling you not to have big gatherings at your house or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that people know they can save money and just have house parties and whatnot, like, I think that'll be a big thing. Versus, like, going out to,
You
like,
think it's still gonna be like that? All those rules in place are still gonna be there once
No.
COVID's
no, I don't think so,
over?
but that's what I'm saying. Like, because those things aren't in place, people will be more open to having house parties or whatever. Where it's like your close homies, you know? Like,
Yeah.
You're not with
I think people are
strangers.
going to be a little more closed off to having random people around.
Like, what's your threshold?
That's what I'm saying. It depends.
depends
Like,
where
if you're
you're
going to
at.
Vegas, you know you're
Thresholds.
spending more. So it's like, I
Yeah.
Fancy.
might splurge a little bit.
Downtown Long Beach,
I don't know about 2nd Street, but
I'm not paying no more than
40.
I was gonna say 30.
40.
I was going to say 20. Like,
I mean, it was
if I'm-
already 20 for a lot of those places last year.
Like,
Yeah.
if we're on Pine, I'm not spending $20 to go inside for what?
I'll pay 20. But I'm not paying any more
I'll
than
do,
30.
I'll
to
do like
go
a
in
drink
there.
minimum. You could catch me that way.
Yeah.
Where like I got to get a drink or two
That's where you
minimum,
might
and the,
lose
and the
me.
drinks are like $10 each or something.
Well, I think 40. That's only a 50% increase. So,
But like you're paying 40 to get in.
but that's the point we're making.
I feel like the most we've ever paid to get in somewhere like that
Well, I've
is
only
like
been at it
$10.
3 times.
I've been,
And I
paid
think
20.
once
I'm
we
saying
paid
like
once.
anywhere. I don't remember going anywhere where we've played $20 or over $20.
Me, Khalil, Carson, were you there?
Miami.
Yeah. We,
Oh,
I was
Oh,
gonna
that's
mention it,
Miami.
bro.
That's what
that
I'm
would
saying.
hurt. That
Like
would
Miami,
hurt. I
we paid
Vegas,
a
that's
lot of money.
different.
We paid a lot of money to get into a club in Miami that we had no business being in.
No business.
We paid.
in, bro.
Was it?
It was like
$80,
$80, bro.
Like when we
$80.
went to Vegas, the
And
times
we
we've
didn't
gone
even
to,
stay.
the times we've gone to Vegas, we haven't paid to get in, have we? No,
We-
right?
I have.
When it's been all of us. Like for your birthday, Drew, we didn't pay to get in anywhere, did we?
Nah, because by that point, we were vets.
That's a whole different story within itself, though.
That is.
Yeah,
we'll save
yeah.
for
We gotta
another
speak
episode.
about Drew's birthday out of Vegas because I could think of one specific story that I think Khalil's thinking about too.
Maybe on my next birthday, we could talk about that.
All right,
We'll say that for our birthday.
put that
For
in
my
our
birthday.
books.
Put that in the birthday memories. Not
But
now.
yeah, Vegas. I mean, it all depends too, because they charge based on the artist too.
Oh no, yeah, because of the residencies and all that.
Yeah, there's a little more. There's a little more that goes involved with the price when those like.
Yeah, because like Calvin Harris is like $100.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people.
Lil
It's
Jon,
gonna be a lot
it's
of
like
people in the
50,
club with masks on their chins. But you know,
fa-
you
I'm
know the
also
vibes.
curious how long that like airline prices are cheaper because I think that's something that we've seen pretty stable throughout the years. Like
I think that's
I
gonna be
could-
cheaper for a minute.
I
Yeah.
can see them doing something where if you get like a membership reward side, like I could see them putting something like that into place just
Yeah.
to encourage more people to fly, but they're still raking in a good amount of money.
and there's also countries that like I think Sicily and Italy I read is
They're paying
they're paying
like
people like
they're
Hawaii-
paying for people's flights and
Hawaii's
whatnot.
doing that.
yeah. So like I mean they need the tourism industry.
Hey,
So
Go
whatever
up
they
to
can
Hawaii,
do.
bro.
They're
Like
paying-
Catalina, I
they're
think
paying people
Catalina
to go
is
to Hawaii.
dying right
Yeah,
now.
Hawaii's will pay for your plane ticket to go out there and work from out there
There's obviously
because
stipulations.
they're
and
trying to
stuff,
like
but-
boost their economy.
Their economy, yeah, because it's places that rely
I
on,
could
on the
s-
tourists.
Interesting.
So if you're working from home, I don't know how the process is, but they'll fly you out there to work out there.
Yeah, go
And
get
then
flued
go
out.
back home.
Yeah.
But obviously they paying for that, but you have to pay for your hotel and all that to
Yeah.
boost their economy.
But yeah, go get flued out.
And in some countries,
might.
like in Southeast, like Thailand, for example, you could like literally stay there for like a month if you wanted to for like maybe $1,000, $2,000.
Oh, so you've been looking at trips with your girl? All right, bet.
Nah, I'm just
No,
you
no,
know,
no,
I
that's cool.
scour the internet from time to
Update:
time.
the Lakers are at 91, Suns 92. You know, we're out here catching up.
Right
It
under
is
6 minutes
preseason,
left.
but
So what are y'all most looking forward to though? Like, what's like if you had to name one or two things that
That
going
you're-
into next year, like post coronavirus, somewhat normal, somewhat back
like,
to normal. Like, what
okay,
are
so
looking
do you
forward
want
to?
like realistically what I'm looking forward to, or like if things went back to normal how they used to be? You know what I mean?
realistically, given all the changes that we expect, like
Okay,
what
okay.
are you
Me
excited for?
me personally, just going to sporting games
Yeah.
because the new football
Mhm.
stadium's up. I haven't been to NFL game yet.
Mhm.
Then the NBA, obviously we all love basketball, and literally the day things shut down, I was supposed to see Zion against the Clippers.
Wow, I remember that.
Mm.
You texted us about it. You're pretty hype about
I was
that.
pretty upset about it too.
It was good seats, huh?
It's great seats.
The that new stadium looked nice off TV, at least from what I saw.
It's
But
pretty
I'm
good.
wondering. I mean, I don't want to get too off topic, but I'm wondering how well it'll be able to handle floods
Excuse me?
because it's like in the ground.
No, they did it. It started in the ground, but it's built up.
Got me tripping. Bloods.
They had to like put because I live by LAX, so
Okay.
we have to have like a certain regulation for buildings.
Oh,
So
okay.
they have to build down and build up. It's like when you go in, like it's there's like no.
I thought
doors
you
on it.
go a little bit undergroundish, kind of.
Well, yeah. Once you go in, you go down into the stadium.
I'm saying, okay,
His
look,
middle-
don't laugh.
His middle name is
No,
Noah.
look, don't even laugh
I'm laughing
because
at Drew because he just looked like he was zoning
I'm just
out.
saying because it was. I think it was when we were in high school, where like it was heavy like rain out here, and a lot
Nah,
of spots.
I was in college,
Okay.
and it
Well,
just
both.
delayed it for a
I just
year.
remember there was a lot of places that like could not handle like the 24 in Lakewood, like it was flooding.
Yeah.
Like the roof was just leaking, like you know what I mean. So I'm saying like because we don't get rain like that often.
No,
Yeah.
So
last,
I'm wondering like how well they proofed it for
no,
that.
last thing on that before we get back to topic. No, when that happened, that just delayed the process of building it because.
Oh,
it
no, I
flooded.
get that.
Okay, so yeah, so it's built for all that because it has a moat and all that in it.
No,
so it's
yeah,
built
okay,
for it.
that's what I figured. But like how well is it like future proof?
We
Like
gon'
future
see.
proof, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Because it was like freeway exits where cars were getting stuck and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
yeah, I'm looking forward to sporting events.
I feel that actually. That's a very good point. I think with that though, it's gonna be more people having to get suites and whatnot.
Mhm.
Like yeah, they might have spaced out seating, but I think there's gonna be a big emphasis on maybe only letting fans go in suites type thing.
I'm looking forward to being in crowds. Like I really like being in crowds in a weird way. I don't know, like not like shoulder to shoulder, but like being at a party or a house gathering and you don't have to have a mask on or think about who in here might be carrying the virus, little stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. And the movies, like little stuff like that where you can be around a big group of people and not really worry about dying the next week or so.
What about you, Kyler?
I'm gonna have to agree with you. It's more that mental aspect.
Yeah.
Because, like I was saying earlier, I don't remember if we were recording already, but you might not necessarily want to be around strangers because of the fact that you think they might have the virus. Like, you never know type thing. And I guess, yeah, going forward, you'll never know that they might have a new type of virus or whatever. But just not being paranoid, thinking like, dang, I don't really want to shake this person's hand or that person's hand, or I don't want to be around these people. Like going to theme parks or whatnot, you know? Like, I don't think there's a specific thing, but if I'd had to say like anything specifically, it would be just the mental aspect.
Yeah.
Like the worry.
Right. I think for me, I mean, I echo everything you guys said. I'm excited for sporting events too, but something I miss a lot is concerts, man. Like I'm not the most avid concert goer. Like I'm not at every concert or show, but I definitely enjoy them. And you know, some of my favorite artists I never even seen live before, so I'm looking forward to being able to just, you know, drive to their show and again, not worry about whatever's being transmitted or who has what and just enjoying the show like old times, I guess.
So with that being said, do we think people are going to take it?
Take what?
The vaccine.
Oh, okay.
I see people
Just
out here
double-checking.
like, you know, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna take it. You know what happened with the Tuskegee?
You're gonna be a zombie and
You know, I just think it's funny how people like to be selective and what to be worried about because, you know,
It's
like,
beneficial for them.
yeah, exactly. Just because you're nervous, you know, you want to call out saying it's not a good thing. But you know, I've seen a lot of people who talk like this, like what I just said, mocking them, and they've put a lot of different things into their body that might not necessarily be good for them or know what's in it. You know what I mean? Like I still don't know what's in a hot dog necessarily. I haven't looked it up, but I'll eat it. But I'm also gonna take the vaccine. Like, I'm
Pause.
not.
But it's not even the case. If you've been to any school and stuff like that, you've taken vaccines in your life.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And even for African Americans, Black people who want to talk about the Tuskegee thing, if you've been on a boat with a white person, shut up. Right? Because now you're not thinking of slavery. Like you're not slavery didn't come across
but the
your mind then.
Tuskegee experiment was real though, and I think
So was
So is
slavery.
slavery. That's what I'm saying. They were
No,
both real things.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying like the long-term distrust from government and public health officials
oh yeah.
as a result of that is rooted in a real sentiment. You know what I mean? Like it's a
But
real.
even past that, Black people have still taken vaccines.
Yeah.
I was gonna say specifically in California, I know we have the laws in place to where kids have to get vaccinated to be able to go
Yes,
to school.
for certain, yeah.
So
Which
if you live in
was-
California like we do, it's like
Yeah.
you're gonna end up getting
If
it.
you taking the flu vaccine, and I know some people
Yeah,
who
look
haven't
at
even
Carson.
taken
Look
the
at
flu
Carson putting his
vaccine.
fingers in his mouth, bro. That's so
I had
crazy.
some in
Corona.
my mouth. Sorry. Go ahead.
Rona.
That was some lint, man.
If you taking the flu vaccine,
Lint liquor.
Shout out the sponsor.
Shout out to our sponsor at hand sanitizer.
Yeah, hand sanitizer. If you want to sponsor us, any hand sanitizer companies out there, feel free.
As long as you don't
reach
smell
out.
like vodka.
What's
Go
our
ahead.
email? contentkingz2020@gmail.com. Yeah, reach out.
facts. Yeah, but if you're taking any vaccine before, you shouldn't worry about it. You know what I mean? And like, if you're going out, you really shouldn't worry about it. Like, you should want to take it more if you're going out. and
I
stuff.
feel that.
I just think the people who are talking about, I'm gonna wait, like you're still traveling, going to Mexico and all these other different type of places. So I don't know. If be a part of the solution, not the problem, because right now you're more part of the problem.
I
and
would
all that traveling and
say,
stuff.
to take it like anything else you would. You know, weigh out the pros and cons. You know, you don't want to take like how we were saying with our political episode. You don't want to take what everybody says for what it is, for face value. You know what I mean? You want to take everything with a grain of salt. Do your own research. If you don't trust the vaccine or whatever, look up where the vaccine was made, what trials were done to test it, whatnot, because the information's out there. You know what I mean?
And that's
Wow,
important.
you sound like a nurse.
That's crazy.
RN.
It's pretty.
You know what I mean? Speaking from a clinical standpoint.
Okay.
No, I'm just playing.
Okay, I
Speaking
like
from,
that.
From what I see
I
in
like
the
that.
field.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're really concerned, then look it up. Don't go to Twitter and just
But
read,
that's the thing
read
though.
your
A lot of
feed and
people that
whatnot.
are casting doubt aren't doing that, right? They're just
And
going off of like
exactly.
narratives. Oh, they're
Exactly.
trying to control us. They're trying to inject us with this.
Mhm.
That's not real. And it's important that we understand, like I said, some of those sentiments, especially with older Black folks, like that's real, that's
Mhm.
legitimate. But we
Right.
need to not spread disinformation too, because the
Right.
vaccine is largely going to be the reason that we're able to transition to that next step. So
Mhm.
it's important that we arm ourselves with facts, like we always said.
But it's not even like what I'm getting at. I'm not saying older Black folks shouldn't be scared or whatever if they went through that.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the people our age
Oh no, I feel that.
who has vaccines already,
Mhm.
traveled. Like you're doing more harm not getting it than getting it.
Right.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to discredit people who've gone through
I see what
through
you're
that
saying.
thing. I'm just saying for people our age who are trying to act more woke than they need to be and
Mhm.
try to speak for their
For
grandfathers.
us.
It's like
Yeah.
you're not
You're
you're
not a
being
martyr.
ignorant.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? You're not a
Mhm.
martyr. And the people who were affected by that, they probably tell you too, like young fella or young lady, get the vaccine and let
Yeah.
them chill. Let them not get the vaccine because they're old
Right.
already, and you get the vaccine to save them.
Yeah,
if
and you
anything.
talk about the Black community. It's also there's a largeable amount of like white people, particularly in California too. Like the whole anti-vax wave was already a thing as well.
Yeah.
Like they've done some pretty crazy protests at the state capitol, like over
Mhm.
vaccines, and they've been. But it's such a different approach because I think what we're talking about, the Black community, is rooted in real history and real discriminatory practices, whereas you have other people, a lot of middle-aged white folks who are anti-vax because they feel like it's infringing their freedoms, which is crazy because we all have the same freedom to be able to feel safe, and they feel like having to take a vaccine is infringing on their
It's
rights
'cause
too.
It's their privilege.
It's privilege.
But also, I was gonna say, isn't there? See, I'm not well versed in politics and whatnot, and our government and laws. But I could have sworn there's something in the Constitution where it's like, if it's for the greater good of everybody, like they're allowed to push stuff like this upon us, right?
I'm not having taken constitutional law,
Okay.
but I do believe there's a clause related to that. Which
That's
is what
why I
allows
just
them to
remember it was
administer.
something where it's like, okay, yeah, you have your rights, but at the end of the day, if this is gonna help out the greater good, like the
Right.
majority, then we have the right to push it.
There's
on you.
ways they do that though already, like how
right.
when you can't go to school unless you get these
Exactly.
vaccines.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be the same way for jobs. Like I really think, like for where I work at, working with people who are homeless,
I was gonna say if
I
you,
have no choice. There's gonna be a point where it's like, okay, you can not get this vaccine.
but
but
we're
you-
just not gonna have you work.
We're just not gonna pay
Yeah.
you. You could just do that on your own or stay at home. I
'Cause-
think it's gonna be like that for a lot of places at that.
With you saying that for the flu vaccine, like I know at hospitals you could deny getting the flu vaccine, but you know the hospital will be like, all right, you could deny the flu, but if you're gonna continue working, you have to wear a mask 24/7 type
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be some type of repercussion
Yeah.
to keep everybody else safe, not just yourself. You know
Right.
what I mean? I don't know exactly how it's gonna work for the COVID-19 vaccine, but you know. And also, I just want to make a note in terms of the COVID vaccine. This is only the first vaccine. Like, there's gonna be other vaccines that
Mhm.
come
Yeah,
out
I
and
just
whatnot.
saw Moderna just got approved.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this first one is Pfizer, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, there's gonna be different stuff. So definitely look into it.
Because that's how it is with the flu vaccine. Like, there's multiple flu vaccines that are given out. You know, some are later versions of the flu vaccine. Some are much newer. So, in terms of the flu vaccine, but you know what I mean? Like, with the COVID vaccine, like, yeah, there's this vaccine that just came out, the Pfizer one, but then there's going to be other ones that come out too. So, and then just like with any other vaccine, any other medication, there's always their side effects.
Mm-hmm.
So just look into what the side effects are. Look at how many people it affected. I know people were concerned about, I believe it's Bell's palsy.
Yeah, when their face was.
Yeah, because like the symptoms are similar to like having a stroke,
Yeah.
where you have facial
it's
droop
in the
on one
muscles.
side. Yeah, but it's more of like a neurological.
And is
My
that,
mom has that.
oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah, and so like people were concerned about that, but if you look at the studies, like the actual like academic studies that were done on it and the actual literature behind it,
And where could we? Sorry to interrupt you. Where could we find that if we're not really?
if you Google it,
well-versed?
a good resource that's free, because I know there's some places where you find articles where you have to pay for a subscription. If you want to find some free ones, though, I know if you just go into Google and
Mhm.
type in Google Scholar,
Yep.
it has like references for you to use, and they're pretty reputable. And so then again, you just look up the sources. And I know in the article it mentioned that the studies that were done, there were only maybe 4 people who ended up with Bell's palsy out of, I want to say it was at least like 30K that they tested it on.
Okay.
And you can recover from Bell palsy too.
Right,
Like the
right,
whole.
right. It's not permanent.
It's not permanent, but I mean, it's a day by day.
It's something serious, but again,
yeah.
just like with anything else, there's always going to be side effects.
Right.
Everybody's going to be affected by it in their own different way. So you just got to weigh out what the risks and benefits are for yourself.
And Bell palsy is not like it doesn't kill you necessarily. It's just a muscle spasm type of deal.
Sure.
Am I right, or am I speaking on my
No,
ass,
yeah.
Kyler?
You're
Okay.
good.
But
Let me just I'm gonna switch it up for a second,
Yeah.
if I could
yeah.
take the floor here. So
Dang, what am I going to sit on? Oh, I thought you were taking the
today's
whole floor.
Wednesday, right? December what's the date?
Hashtag dad jokes.
December 16th. Yesterday was the worst day of my life. No, it was
Not a good day.
it was not a good day to be a gamer.
Shit is unforgivable.
Okay? I won't say the name of the store,
Best Buy.
but they screwed us. They screwed me.
Who's us?
They screwed my friend Khalil. Okay, they screwed millions of guys and girls around the world, and I don't like it.
This is an
And I'm gonna call you
injustice.
out for it. Okay? If you have the new gen, the PS5, make it easier to get. Sony. Now I'm calling out names. Microsoft. All right, make it easier.
Wait, let's give some context here. So so since the pandemic has started and we've been forced to stay home, a lot of people have taken up other hobbies. In our group, we've been playing Xbox. We all
It's
have
a
Xboxes.
major hobby.
It's a major hobby.
We've been playing a lot of video games together
Playing a
because
lot of video games.
it's a time for us to bond.
It is,
know?
and we've enjoyed it. And so in November, they came out with the newest version of the Xbox and the PS5, which was a big deal. This was the first time they came out with one in years. Everyone wanted it, but for some reason, Microsoft and Sony didn't have the amount of supply to match the demand, which is where
If we're being real though, that's the same thing that happened with the last drop.
I was.
I don't recall.
Yeah, we weren't.
That's
in
what
a
I'm saying. We
pandemic.
weren't-
We weren't in a
weren't old enough-
pandemic.
No,
That
I
was
bought
one.
mine.
But I'm saying we weren't old enough to realize like how much it impacted everybody else. You know what I mean?
I
Like, we-
I got it
like,
on Black Friday.
That's
so
what I'm
I thought
saying.
it was
You
pretty
got
easy.
yours, and you weren't worried about everybody else like the way we are. Like social
It's
media wasn't
different, Kyler.
social media wasn't popping the way it is now.
The bots,
It
the
was.
bots and
Yeah.
everything that's
The
going
bot-
on with the online sales is
So-
way
so
different.
what
Oh, no,
happened,
yeah,
Drew?
but-
tell us what happened to you.
Bots ruined the way online shopping is for a lot of things, especially sneakers.
So with this pandemic, it's not like it used to be where you can just go in the store and buy it. You don't really wait in lines like that.
Right.
You really have to just click a button before someone else clicks a button to get an Xbox.
Or
That's
something else.
You mean before the millions and millions of bots check out 5,
Yes.
6, 7, 8 times before you do?
yes. So I got it. You know, first of all, they said in the article that they were going to be open at 7 a.m. for the sale.
Whose article?
Best. You almost had me. I'm not saying their name, but I was up at 6:30.
Did they say at 7 or did they say after 7?
They said, what was it?
What was it?
Around. I
What
think it
was
was.
it,
I
Drew?
think it was. It was.
But
8
did it
Central.
say specifically at 8 Central or did it say after 8 Central?
That's not the point.
Either way, my man was
It's
up
not the-
early. He was
yeah.
up at the crack
Okay,
of dawn
okay.
to get his Xbox.
I get late to work. No, that's not the point. The point is, you had us up at the crack of dawn, waiting for this game.
You made your own decision. They didn't force you to
Right?
do anything, but I
So
get
I'm up in the morning with my family looking. I'm late to work. I get to work. I don't get any work done. I'm looking at my phone, trying to figure out when they drop this Xbox. I get off. I'm driving home, and just as luck has it, it drops on my way home.
Mind you, this is a month after the first batch of them dropped.
Mind you, in my head, I said I'm not even gonna be worried about this damn Xbox. I'm grown. I'm just gonna wait till my birthday around March. Hopefully, it dies down by then. I'll let the bots handle it. One of my friends said we can get it, and I said bet. I'm in. And that's where shit went left. Right? I'm an impulsive person. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. Right?
But what happened? Nah, let me
And
not do
this, I don't even know what to call them. Devil worshipping empire rhymes with
that. Rest
rhymes with
guy.
Call him
rest
out, bro.
guy.
Speak
Rhymes
your
with
truth.
rest guy. Anyway, I get it in my cart, right? It's there. It's there. I've done all the steps. They make you go to like jump all these types of hoops. I press buy. I can't buy it. It's not available in that store.
Worst
All right.
worst buy.
Go to another store. It's not available in that store. So it's in my cart. And an hour later of me trying to go from store to store, it being available, not available, available, not available, they're out of stock all of a sudden. It was in your cart? It was in my cart. It was in my cart.
Let me just say, while it's early, that they did have a disclaimer where
Stop
it says,
justifying it, bro.
I'm not justifying it. I'm giving the other side.
How much did Best Buy pay you, bro? No, I'm just-
I wish they did.
You know,
Hey,
it's kind
Best
of
Buy, if
crazy
you
that
wanna
Kyler
sponsor
knew
us?
exactly what to do
Knew exactly
before
what to
anybody
do.
else. Knew exactly what to do from the jump.
I think he has an inside
He's
source.
with them.
Like I said
He's
earlier in the
with the other
podcast, do your research. You know, find the facts. No, but I was just gonna say that the disclaimer on the site said that your purchase isn't guaranteed until you actually complete the checkout. So even though it might be in your cart, the transaction isn't complete until you've completely checked out. That's
It
all.
also said in the description that it is safe for you if it is in your car. If it's checked out, it was checked out. I just had to pick the store. So I was that far. I was one step away, and at that point, the Xbox should have been reserved for moi.
No,
It was mine.
That's not what it said. It didn't say that.
Signal Hill, Lakewood.
Because the way it worked out is they
that's
released
where you got
it.
yours, huh? That's where I got mine. Yeah.
Best Buy released it little by little at the various stores. Khalil's issue is a whole different issue. That I could blame Best Buy for. In terms of Drew,
The game is rigged. It's not built for a young black man to win. And I think it's racist
Speak your
that they
truth.
didn't want to give me my Xbox when I put in that work from 6:30 a.m. in the morning.
First world.
And your
first-
dad. And your
First
dad.
world problem.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about my dad's hiccup on it. You good? Yeah, I'm good. You can
Khalil, speak your
Yeah,
truth.
Khalil.
Anyway, like Drew was saying, we've been up since the crack of dawn, trying to get this. Mind you, first thing in the morning, I brushed my teeth, all that
I
good
feel that.
stuff. Good
Gotta do what you
dress.
gotta
I'm
do.
happy you did that.
You gotta be
course.
hygienic.
Of course. It's around like 6:45. I'm like, all right, let me set up my Best Buy account.
Okay,
So I'm already.
that's a good start. That's a good
maybe
start.
A little ahead of the curve.
They actually did say that you should do that,
Yeah.
and you did. So
So,
there it
I
is.
do all that.
Way to follow directions.
Put my card info and everything. Everything's cool. It says nothing's wrong with my card info. None of that stuff.
Being a good consumer.
Exactly.
Right.
So like Drew's been saying, we've been waiting all day
Mm-hmm.
to get this. So I'm at work. I'm literally every 2 seconds looking at my phone, seeing what is up there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was probably around what time I text you guys? Like 12.
Yeah.
It says around 12. I just so happen to look at my phone and it's like it's ready. So I do everything. Check out. It's like, all right, cool. It's yours. You just got to confirm your payment and all that stuff. So I'm like, cool, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going in there to confirm my payment. It's like, ask for your security code. Put it in. It's invalid. I'm like, okay.
That's tough.
Declined.
Anyway.
Card declined.
So I'm like, okay. I just remove it, put it back in there. It says failed to authorize. So I'm like, okay.
You're the worst.
Now it wasn't saying this morning when I was saying it. So I was like, cool. If my debit card's not working, my credit card has to work.
I was gonna say this might be besides the point, but was the card did you purchase anything beforehand?
No.
Kyler said,
Like-
"Do you
like-
have buddy?"
No,
No.
I'm saying no, not that. I'm saying
Like I
Is
told
it
you guys, I just got paid that morning. I went
No.
straight
no,
to
but
work.
I'm saying
No,
have you used that card at all?
Yeah, I used it when I
Okay,
got it last
no,
weekend.
that's what
Yeah.
I
But
meant.
no,
That's
but
what I
by
meant.
this point, you sent a screenshot. Like, it looked like you literally had checked. It looked like a receipt.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah. No, I'm
You
going.
should.
I'm going to.
Like, it looked like a
Yeah,
confirmation
I-
page from any other
No, it
purchase.
was. So
They
anyway,
won't pick up his call.
they-
They
Just
know
pull
you-
The
up.
store that we
Hey,
won't name won't
just-
pick up his call.
Just pull up, bro.
What's up with that?
So anyway,
Pick up
yeah.
his call. That's all.
So I'm like, all right, let me use my credit card. Same issue, but it's not saying failure to authorize.
What was
it.
the credit card number?
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I try using my debit card again, and before I said it, it was like something about something, but you're still able to update your payment. So I'm like,
Yeah,
cool,
that's
let me
dumb.
try it again. So I
That's-
tried it
that's
again,
whack.
and after that last time, it was like, you tried too many times.
That's
Your order is
whack.
being canceled.
That's so whack.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, now it's like it's not even in my car. So I'm like, nah, fuck this. I call them. And like I was telling you guys this morning, this week, I've been on hold for an hour and a half.
Just screams
Yeah,
racial
that's
tension.
trying to get
I'm
Screams
sure. I'm
Best
sure
Buy.
you probably weren't the only one who had that same exact problem.
After
That's
the
what's-
year we've
that's
had,
what's tough.
the
what I'm
racial,
saying.
the
I
reckoning
had
on
it.
racism.
My ancestors is not okay with what's going on right now. I feel them.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
so-
y'all were both trying to get the Xbox X,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
German Kyler, you guys got the Series S.
which is probably a lot easier.
Stop trying to play this off, Carson. Carson already has the Xbox Series X. He's had it
Nah.
for quite a while
Nah,
already, and so
I'm
the,
just-
the
I'm
whole
just
premise,
clarifying there's
the
a
whole
different
premise was
process.
the rest
It's
of
a
the
different
group.
process.
There's a
If
different
if
process.
we
It
probably would have went for the S, we probably would have got
You
it.
probably would have got it
Yeah.
because the X sold out before the S for sure.
Yeah,
from what I
yeah.
saw.
That's crazy. Crazy because
I went for the home run.
I was gonna
They
say
kind of stole it from me. Bad call on the replay.
Mm.
First of all, I'm so sorry about you guys, but we're all
Thank
gonna
you.
win soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Facts.
appreciate that.
Thank you, Jerm.
Secondly, it's crazy because I had 2 laptops. I had my laptop, Marina's laptop, my phone, and her phone, and I had the please wait. You feel me? Like it was
Yeah.
on there, on all of them. And then I kept getting notifications. Drew was like, "Yeah, it's in my cart." I was like, "Fuck." Chloe was like, "Yeah, I got it." Sent the screenshot. Damn, fuck. I'm last, bro. Like, am I gonna get this shit?
And
I'm
you're the only one who
sorry.
got it. You're the only one
The
who
first
got
domino to
I
fall,
was the
bro.
last guy, and I got it. So,
Ah.
you know what? Best Buy.
We're not
Fuck
sa-
you.
No, yeah, exactly. No.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a segment called "Fuck Best Buy." We're no longer consuming from them. They're canceled, at least for our show.
I'm
You'll
cool-
never get
I'm
my
cool-
money again.
We are
I'm cool
boycotting
with
Best
Best
Buy.
Buy. I don't think it's Best Buy's fault.
My
100%.
situation is Best Buy.
In
Are
terms
you
of
saying
Khalil's,
it's
100%.
Khalil's money situation's fault? Like you don't have money in his
trying to
account?
play
Whose-
him
whose
today,
fault
For real,
is
why-
it?
Why
Whose fault
It's
is it
so
if it's
crazy.
not?
I think he's salty. I think he's
Hey,
salty. that
you
he
know,
didn't get
you
the
know what's
Xbox.
crazy though is it's Drew saying that stuff, so
is.
you know who to take it up with.
Me? I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I didn't get it either.
Just a
I'm on your
disclaimer.
team.
Just a disclaimer. He was like, I didn't
Right.
want to say nothing, but I was a little salty
Drew's-
that you got it.
Drew
so he
sa-
did disclaim that, not on the air.
No, I
But-
said I was
but what
happy that
Drew's-
you didn't get it.
Yeah, same
so we
difference.
could both be
So see,
with
Now
that
look,
one.
you
what
see how
Drew was
spiteful
saying,
he is
what
right
Drew was
now.
saying is he didn't get it because of the processes and whatnot. Drew's saying you didn't get it because you didn't have money in your account. That's what he's saying.
I'm saying, is that
Allegedly.
what you're saying?
Nah,
Khalil got money,
it sounds
man.
to
Check
me.
out his new car.
It sounds.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking if that's what you were saying.
Drew's saying that
already
you
know.
got good credit, but he doesn't know about your actual cash,
That's cool.
your
The
capital.
cash flow. The cap.
I'm broke to the world.
Same.
That.
I'm broke right now. Yeah. What is there?
I
To,
don't
I mean,
flaunt
you
it 'cause I
can't
ain't
you
got
can't
it.
flaunt being broke. I don't really know how much of a
Don't
flex
listen
that
to
is.
them, y'all broke.
So there's no hot take today.
Like-
We're just
like, you know
boycotting
that
That is
Best
the
song,
hot take. The
uh,
hot take is we're
just-
boycotting
yeah.
Xbox.
You know that
That's
song
Xbox.
about
I mean,
Buy. We're boycotting Best Buy.
Best Buy
And,
and Microsoft. You're very close to being boycotted too.
If
Get
anything,
in
that's
the
what I'm
game.
saying, bro. If anything, you should blame Microsoft before you blame Best Buy.
I mean, do we know when the next round of this
Because
will be?
because if you were really trying to get the Xbox like that, Walmart messed up a bunch of times.
It's like
Target
crack,
messed
bro.
up.
It just got here. We don't know how or when. We
Just hit
just
the
know.
streets.
When the streets tell us, that's when we know.
Fact. This is my first time really being like,
I'm gonna put you all on game
Hey.
though after the podcast is
I'm
finished.
done.
recording.
I'm waiting. At
What are you
this
waiting for?
point, Till
So I
people
can
chill
walk in the
out.
store and get it.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm
So
waiting on at this
2022.
point.
All right.
That's it.
Cool.
I just think by
My
March they
Xbox
should
still
chill
work.
out. That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. Running twos on the pro ad.
I'm dead forever.
But
Man,
all right, so to wrap it up,
make
we
sure to
talked
wrap it up.
about for sure. Check out our episode on wrapping it up. It's a good one. It's oldie but goodie.
It's a classic.
classic. We talked about the vaccine and life after COVID, what we're looking forward to, right? Some really good things, just being out in public
Mhm.
and going to see some good hoops.
And if you feel comfortable, please get the vaccine. If you don't, please research before making
Yeah.
an opinion on it.
Keep researching until you are comfortable, and if not,
Basically.
then sucks to suck. No, I'm just playing.
Right.
And last but not least, fuck Best Buy.
Yeah.
Fact.
100%.
Fact. Fact. And if you know
Hey, I'm
anyone
just
who
saying
has a new
we haven't
gen,
picked up our orders yet, so
if
I
you know
wonder
anyone who
why.
has
I
a new
mean-
Xbox, new generation X or S, me and Khalil are out here looking. We struggling.
also
I wanna ask.
if
Huh?
anybody got the plug on the Kobe's Grinches, I think they're actually calling them the Green Apples, but they release on the 24th. If any of you guys got a plug for that, I'll
Tap
let your
in.
boy, because I'm definitely trying to cop those.
But
Those have been a grow of mine for
And
a
if
minute.
any of y'all are already on next generation Xbox and want to run 2K, let me know.
Car
Yeah,
too
because
cold.
Carson been lonely, bruh.
I have.
He keeps sending us
spam the-
screenshots of him playing with randos, and he be complaining, and it's like, all right, then stop playing with randos.
Or I send videos of highlights. I'm just excited. Can't wait for y'all to join me.
So
but
follow us on Twitter, Kontent Kingz, with K, Kontent Kingz, and then
With a Z
with
too.
a Z
Don't
at the
forget the Z.
end, and then an
And
underscore. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Look, let me just say this. If you're watching us on YouTube, the links will be down low in the description. if you're listening off of a podcast, check out our Instagram.
Go to YouTube.
Or go to YouTube and watch it too. You know, find out what we look like.
You won't be disappointed, I promise you.
No, but I'm saying, like basically, I'm trying to get them to hit our link tree. Feel me?
My bad.
Gotcha.
I'm just saying, like hit the link tree, the linktr.ee/Kontent Kingz. Content with a K, Kings with a K, a Z at the end instead of a S.
That's very easy. We're gonna
Because then if they hit the link tree, then all the links are there.
hit the
Feel me?
link. Hit the link. Again, this is Kontent Kingz. Thanks for rocking with us.
Me and both my
Peace out.
niggas kick it in the north side, looking for a vibe on a Friday night. Shit, ain't that right? Me and both my niggas kick it in the north side, looking for a vibe on a Friday night. Shit, ain't that right? Me and both my niggas kick it in the north side, looking for a vibe on a Friday night. Shit, ain't that right? Me and both my niggas kick